Have you ever wondered about the principles of HTML? No worries, today CodeJourney just made a free article and video to learn HTML principles. Using HTML principles, we can format our codes and add different types of elements like how other web pages does. Mostly all web pages have these elements including CodeJourney. Below you will be learning many elements that make web pages have codes that are organized. So let's get started. The div element is used to separate different sections. This is not necessary, but it's a rule and principle to organize your codes more. We will learn deeper into this in the future. To use this element, we select a set of elements we want and nest them into the div tag. An example of selection of elements can be a question, a form input, a subtitle with paragraph texts and more. You can actually nest another div element into a div element. Below is an example of using the div tag. Note that they have organized codes by separating different selection of elements that share the same similarities in their link. Like example for the first element, it contains a passage which links. Inside the first div element, there are also two more elements which separates the subtitles. Below is another selection on the form. Defining the document coding language. Of course, when we code in an HTML file, the file will know that we are coding in HTML, but do you know that HTML have its own versions too? Below are some versions of HTML. For coding language, we are actually specifying the HTML versions we are going to use in web pages most likely uses HTML. To define, we create the following code. You can change HTML to any other HTML versions you want. After that, you should nest all web page elements into the HTML tag except for the doc type code. You can also specify the language, like English, for your text by adding a lang attribute for our HTML element and give it a value of the language you want. For English, it's CN. You can click on the link provided to view the full language code. Below is an example. It specifies its HTML version as HTML with doc type and wrap all elements in the HTML tag. It also defines the web page language to English using the lang attribute. Defining the head, body and main. What is a head? Head is the first few elements of HTML, also those that normally appears at the start of th web page, which normally also locate at the top, example like a menu bar. What is a body? A body are elements that are not head, which is it's normally the content below the head. What is main? Main is a selection of elements which is the main part of a web page. If the web page is about article, the main part will be the article part elements. How do we use them? We will nest all the head elements into the head tag, all the body elements into the body tag and all the main elements into the main tag. There can be more than one main tag, but there should be only one head and body tag. Below is an example. Our head part is the article, the body part is the form, and the main part is the article again. Commenting in codes. Commenting means you are commenting in codes that either describes about what the codes do or about the web page. These comments would not be displayed in the web, but can only be viewed in the source code. Create a code like this, and it will be a comment. Bonus knowledge. You can use the title tag to create a name for your web page and it will display it on a bar tab. Question number 1. What's the element to divide elements into a selection? For this purpose, we will use the div tag. Question number 2. Which is the correct code to define the document language as HTML? Always remember, we use the doc type HTML code to define HTML versions, so the answer is the fourth option. Question 3. What should we nest inside the main element? Inside the main element is for the main content of a web page. The best suits this is the first option. The last question, which is the correct way to create a comment? To create a comment, we will open with a less than symbol, then an exclamation mark and add the comment we want. Lastly, close it with a greater than symbol. The first option is correct, it met our expectations. The second option is wrong as it doesn't have an exclamation mark in front. The third is wrong as it also have an exclamation mark at the end. The fourth option is confirmed wrong because creating a comment doesn't need a tag. We reached the end. HTML principles are really easy to remember, and they help format our codes. So if you are enjoying this video and learned something new, you are welcome to like this video and subscribe to our channel.